Wanted to say Merry Christmas to everybody. How is everybody out there? How are you doing? This is going to be a rough ride. What I'm going to show you right now is going to be a rough ride. This is absolutely atrocious. Manuel Ellis, he was murdered. It's on camera. We get to see the video of him being murdered. And this goes to every Karen and Kevin out there in the world who sees absolutely nothing wrong with what these cops do to people.
Racial justice group called the Tacoma Action Collective released that new cell phone video. It was taken by someone who was driving by as Ellis was being confronted by police. Now, you are about to see two separate videos, and on parts of those videos, we have zoomed in so that you can get a better look at what's happening. And we just want to warn you that this video is disturbing.
So they're attacking him. It's plain as day. They're attacking him, violently attacking this man.
Hey! Stop! Oh my God! Stop hitting him! Just arrest him!
When you're filming the cops, you focus on your camera being straight. And it's not what you're saying out the window as what's important is what we see. So she's filming here and she's doing a good job. And now she stops filming.
Stop! Oh my God! Stop hitting him! Hitting him! Just arrest him! Just arrest him! Oh my God, that looks so scary!
Behind your back. You're gonna get it again. Put your hands behind your back.
So that's the part of detainment that we get to. The cops are literally playing a game with you where they're trying to say, get your hands behind your back, but you're afraid, you're scared. So you don't want to put your hands behind your back because you're afraid to expose yourself open like this. You know, your chin, there's nothing to defend yourself. And so they go through this back and forth of give me your hands. I don't want to give you my hands.
Now, again, that video was just released, appearing to show police aggressively restraining Ellis, punching him multiple times, and also asking him to put his hands behind his back while it appears that an officer is on top of him. We did reach out to the Tacoma Action Collective for comment. They gave me timestamps of the video showing that it was taken on March 3rd at 11:22 p.m., right as this was happening. I also sent the video to Tacoma Police, and we are still waiting for a response from them. The mayor, however, just released a statement about all of this saying, quote, I join with Governor Jay Inslee in vowing that we are determined to have a full, complete, and independent investigation into the death of Manuel Ellis. Nothing less is acceptable, and I plan to discuss this further on Friday with the city council. Now, the Pierce County Sheriff's Department is investigating all of this. I just got off the phone with the public information officer at the department just moments before we came on air. He said the department has not yet seen this video, but that they want to talk to the person who shot it. We don't know who that person is at this time. The Ellis family says that they want to see an independent investigation happen here, and they want to see the state attorney general's office step in and do a prosecutorial investigation. Live in Tacoma, Kristen Ayers, King 5 News.
So good evening and thanks for joining us for Fox 13 News at 5. I'm David Rose.
And I'm Hannah Kim. We are tracking the Manny Ellis homicide trial cell phone.
The Manny Ellis homicide trial for the jackboot thug pigs who murdered him, clearly on video, murdered him.
And other recordings of the accused police officer.
Right there, he's being tased. He gets tased 3 times as the other piggy is choking him.
Actions are key to both the prosecution and the defense. Today, a video expert broke.
State prosecutors went through the footage frame by frame, showing moments that have been difficult for people to watch in real time, right?
And for loved ones, it was emotionally difficult to see. This video evidence showing some of the last moments of Manny Ellis's life. Family in the courtroom breaking down.
Just arrest him!
It's clear as day, isn't it? We can see it. So if you guys are new to DLZ, welcome to the channel. And here's how we do it here on Delete Laws. We slow it down to 2.5, 0.25. We're going to kill the volume so we can look at what we're looking at here. And now we're going to zoom in here and see what exactly we can see here. Okay, so I see the cop has both of his arms. His right arm is around Manny's neck. His left arm comes up to secure his right arm. Okay, he's being pulled straight back. That would be called a horse collar if you watch NFL football. And from here, the other piggy on the left is pointing his taser to tase Manny. Instead of using his hands, he still has that taser in his hand. Put the taser down and use your hands. They tase him 3 times right there. 3 times in a row. That's how many times he gets tased as he's on the ground and another man is choking him out.
The video shows Tacoma police officer Christopher Burbank and officer Matthew Collins struggling with Manny Ellis. This video is one of several captured by witnesses. This specific angle from a man prosecutors said was delivering pizza in the area. The forensic video expert described each movement throughout the short clip. At one,
Do you see how important it is when I say when you see a cop, you pull your camera out and you film that cop? A passerby showed us that Manny Ellis was clearly murdered.
placing focus on the position of Ellis's hands during parts of the encounter.
I can now see fingers. I can see the definition of fingers, palms, and hands or thumbs
Around Manny's neck.
between those images. And so at 101 and preceding that, we can see that both hands during that time period, palms out, fingers spread apart, hands above his shoulders.
The defense attorney is asking the forensic video expert about the location of that camera and the distance of that camera from the incident. In the coming days, the family of Ellis is expected to take the stand. You can count on continued updates. Reporting here in Tacoma, I'm AJ Janavel for Fox.
First, we begin tonight with just released video of the Manuel Ellis arrest, the African-American man who died while being arrested in Tacoma. His death.
Who died? It's programming. If you watch the fake news networks, then you're going to get programmed by them. Listen to what she says here.
First, we begin tonight with just released video of the Manuel Ellis arrest.
Of the Manuel Ellis arrest.
The African-American man who died.
The African-American man who died. What the flock? That is programming.
Just released video of the Manuel Ellis arrest.
Of the murder. The cops murdered Manny.
The African-American man who died while being arrested in Tacoma. His death at the hands of police bring new calls tonight for justice and police reform. King 5's Kristen Ayers joining us live with our top story. Kristen, based on that video, an attorney for the Ellis family is now calling for Tacoma's chief to step down. Is that right?
Yes, Joyce, that video was actually shot by a passerby, and in it you can see as an officer briefly uses a chokehold technique on Manuel Ellis while a second...
Did you hear what the state-run media reporter said?
As an officer briefly uses a chokehold technique on Manuel Ellis while...
I've trained every kind of different combat sport there is. It only takes 1 second to truly knock you unconscious.
A second officer uses a taser on him, even though authorities and attorneys for the officers have previously denied that either of those things happened.
Okay, watch the pig on the left. Pay very close attention to his arm. Watch his arm recoil back.
This is the most recent
there
video
it is right there
of Manuel
And now
Ellis's deadly encounter with Tacoma police officers March 3rd. We slowed the video down. You can see an officer pull Ellis backward in a brief chokehold.
The question is, why are the cops attacking him that way to begin with?
A statement last week, quote, "No one choked Mr. Ellis," the attorney's statement said. Not at all.
Clearly, based upon this video, that's not true.
The attorney for Ellis's family says it also contradicts statements the Pierce County Sheriff's Department has made. On June 4th, spokesman Ed Troyer flat out denied that Ellis was tased.
They didn't use pepper spray. They didn't use a taser.
But an officer is clearly seen using a taser in the video, and a medical examiner's report confirmed that. James Bible, an attorney for the Ellis family, says the video is damning.
It takes one governor in one state to make a policy that if you lie on your police report, you lose your peace officer certificate in that state. One governor, the governor of Oregon, the governor of South Dakota, the governor of Florida, to make a policy, even via executive order, that simply says, if you are caught lying in your report and someone is injured or dies, and the video contradicts your report, your peace officer certificate is yanked and torn into pieces. There will be no reciprocity for you to go to other states because you won't have a peace officer certificate in this state. One governor.
The attorney for the Ellis family went on to say that an announcement from Governor Inslee about the independent investigation
independent investigation by other cops
could come as early as tomorrow.
What the video that you and I are on right now is about us you and me both talking to the Kevins and the Karens who are in our families over this Christmas and saying, hey, look, the police are not everything that you think they are, which brings us to the verdict. And so he's going to be tried.
We, the jury, find the defendant Christopher Shane Burbank not guilty of the crime of murder in the second degree as charged in count 1. Verdict form for count 2.
I'm so sorry.
We, the jury, find the defendant Christopher Shane Burbank not guilty of the crime of murder in the second degree as charged in count 1.
Charged with second degree murder, but the Kevins and Karens on the jury somehow didn't see the same video that you and I just did.
We, the jury, find the defendant Christopher Shane Burbank not guilty of the crime of manslaughter in the first degree as charged in count.
It's not murder. It's not manslaughter. Manny Ellis didn't exist. He was just a figment of our imagination.
We, the jury, having found the defendant Christopher Shane Burbank not guilty of the crime of manslaughter in the first degree for count 2 as charged, or being unable to unanimously agree to that charge, find the defendant Christopher Shane Burbank not guilty of the lesser included crime of manslaughter in the second degree.
Put a 1 in the chat. That makes you sick. That's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. The cops got away with murder because they followed their rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols. You have the same mindset. You invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. And that is followed up with your camera right there. This is how you do it. You follow the same rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols as those jackboot thug pigs do. When you get pulled over, you say, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. The entire flex for me to get my license, registration, and proof of insurance is that far. That's how far. You're not gonna get shot because you're reaching up right there. I took the time to make a photocopy of my driver's license so it's clear as a bell. If you need the actual one, I'll get it out of my pocket, but I wanna make sure that we're on the same page before I start reaching behind my back. Is that fair enough?